By 1853, we had reorganized the San Francisco police force. With 50 well-trained men, we were ready to crack down on the gangs of organized thieves which infested the town. Crooked gambling houses were raided and shut down. The word went out through the city underworld that the roust was on. The underworld attempted a last test of strength. A revival of the old regulator and Sydney duck mobs posed a deliberate challenge to law and order. Break it up. Throw down your weapons. You're under arrest.
Come on, men. There's only 2 of them. Let's bust them open.
That's quite a man. A lot of men.
Hold it! You value your lives, or throw down your weapons.
Let's go in. I'd say Wayne was the best city marshal this town ever had.
Yes, indeed. Loyal, honest, beyond corruption.
It may interest you men to know that within the last 8 months, he has cleared the police force of at least 10 grafting policemen, thus shutting off sources of information and protection. In other words, gentlemen, he's getting too close to us. We've got to get rid of Wayne, or else we're out of business.
That's easy. Kill him.
Oh, dear, dear, nothing like that. We can't afford martyrs. Killing Wayne would revive the Vigilance Committee. We must be clever, Mr. Ormond.
We've got to drag him down to a level where nobody will care if we kill him.
Morning, Mr. Mayor. Gentlemen, you sent for me?
Matt, have you seen this?
The Herald is a blackmail paper. It'll sell its soul along with its space to anyone willing to pay the price.
But, Matt, Joe Harper's a city judge.
Who will sell any decision in his court to the highest bidder.
The public is more likely to believe a judge than a common gambler, Marshal Wayne.
A crooked judge more than an honest gambler?
What Mr. Coleman means is that if you run a gambling house on the side, it's liable to affect public sentiment.
Do you think it'll affect the performance of my duties, Mayor?
Well, of course not, but, Matt, don't you think you ought to take leave of absence until this thing blows over?
Absolutely not.
Well, gentlemen?
You understand any scandal may affect and damage the city administration. If Harper can prove his charges, we will not stand behind you.
I must inform you that Joe Harper's heading the investigating committee, and he has appointed a man by the name of Jeremy Pitt as chief investigator.
Who's Jeremy Pitt?
A new lawyer in San Francisco. You look out for him.
Matt, the fellow in your office came in with a court order for the department records. He's in there looking them over now.
Finding anything of interest?
Not yet.
Those records are closed to the public. And this is my chair.
And this is my coat.
I presume you're Mr. Pitt.
That's right. And I presume you're Mr. Wayne?
How long you been in San Francisco, Mr. Pitt?
About a month?
You've been here a month and you consider yourself qualified to investigate the police department?
Any town or any police department is the same to a lawyer who knows his business.
No, and you know your business.
I think I do.
Then why the devil didn't you start by investigating the people who hired you?
Well, nobody's been paying me for that.
You'll hire out to anyone, is that it?
To anyone, Mr. Wayne. The law doesn't permit a lawyer to sit in judgment on the guilt or innocence of his clients.
Why did you come to San Francisco?
To make money.
So you were looking for a shortcut, and you found one, didn't you?
Just a minute now.
How much are your clients paying you for smearing me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about you, Mr. Pitt. You and every other cheap hustler that hangs around Judge Harper and his gang of thieves. You'd do any kind of dirty work as long as the money was there. Well, an honest lawyer wouldn't touch his proposition with a 10-foot pole. Now get out of here.
I've got a court order for those records, and I'm taking them with me.
A Judge Harper order.
That's right.
Then they're not leaving this office.
Are you refusing to honor a court order?
Get one from an honest judge, if you can. Until then, they'll stay right where they are. Out.
Now, you listen to me, Wayne. If you're innocent, you've got nothing to worry about from me. But if you're guilty, I'll hit you so hard you'll bounce into prison, and you'll still be bouncing when you get out. You may get a court order from another judge, but there's no guarantee that Wayne would honor it.
Any suggestions?
Wayne owns a gambling house, doesn't he? Gentlemen, back where I come from, that would automatically make a public official suspect. He's charged gamblers with running crooked games, put them out of business. Maybe it was just an excuse to ruin the competition.
I suggest that you start along those lines at once. Good day, Mr. Pitt.
Good day, sir. Good day, Mr. Malone.
Good day.
Well?
This is what I've been waiting for. When I get through with Wayne, he'll be disgraced, discredited, and ready for the kill. The dealer's been fixed. All you've got to do is yell cheat and examine the cards.
And then?
There'll be some more men there. Bust up the place. Make it look real good.
Your perfume's too heavy, Susanna.
I'm sorry, Miss Fancy.
Don't use so much.
How's the play?
Fast. There are a lot of strange faces here tonight.
Yes, including one that I don't like. Excuse me. Part of your investigation, Mr. Pitt?
Isn't it odd for a city marshal to be running a gambling house?
Where are you from, Pitt?
Illinois.
Well, things that are considered odd in Illinois are taken in stride here.
But you've already closed other gambling houses.
Now what are you getting at?
Well, isn't it possible that you're trying to drive out the competition?
Those games were crooked.
And yours? Are they honest?
Take a look around, see for yourself. Here, I'll start you off.
Mr. Wayne.
What is it, Susanna?
I don't feel well. Could you take my table for a few minutes?
Certainly. The game is stud.
Let me see that deck.
Why?
Give it to me and I'll tell you why. I knew it. They're marked. Ace of hearts. 4 of diamonds. The 6 of spades. The house is crooked, men. Let's break it up.
Everybody out.
You're a handyman in a brawl, Mr. Pitt.
Haven't had as much fun since I wrestled Abe Lincoln.
Who's Abe Lincoln?
Oh, he's a country lawyer back home. Licked me real good, too.
Why did you get in the fight?
To save you.
For what?
For me.
You still think I'm crooked, huh?
After tonight, I'm sure of it.
Did you ever hear of a frame-up?
Every cheap thief yells frame up when he's caught. Good night, Mrs. Fansler.
Oh, Pitt.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping anyway.
Well, I told you I was saving you for me.
Now what?
I'm gonna find that girl that was dealing at this table.
Susanna Temple. She lives above the Chinese Laundry on Gary Street. Why?
I'm gonna ask her what a marked deck was doing in my game.
I'll bet the first thing that Wayne will do will be look for the Temple girl.
Well, get her out of town. What about Calder?
He's a weak sister. If Wayne finds him and puts on the pressure, he'll talk.
Any suggestions?
Yes. We'll use him to tighten the rope around Wayne.
You. Do as you like, but don't tell me about it. After all, I am a judge.
Susanna?
Don't move, Wayne. Get over there. Ah, that's Calder. The man that accused you of cheating him. You looked for him, then you found him. Then you pistol whipped him, too. Only you hit him too hard. But maybe you wanted to get rid of him. Wayne, you're gonna hang for murder.
Matt, you've placed me and my administration and every man who backed you in a most embarrassing position. Now, I want the truth. Did you kill Calder?
No.
Can you convince a jury of that?
Depends on how honest the jury is. If it's in Judge Harper's courtroom, it won't be. You know that.
Well, somebody's kicking up a riot. The city council's yelling for your neck.
But I can't help myself in here.
I can't get you out, Matt. If I'd tried, the public would have me removed from office. I'm sorry, Matt, but that's the way the cards fell.
Turnkey, Mayor Geary wants to go out.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Hello, Matt. Are you all right?
Sure, I'm just fine.
The club's closed. By court order. Joe Harper served it himself with great satisfaction.
Well, good old Joe.
He came in reeking with complacency and patchouli. Patchouli, Matt.
What's patchouli?
That's the perfume that Susanna Temple used. She drenched herself with it. Don't you see? Harper's been around her recently. Some of the scent got on his clothes.
Then he must know where she is. I've got to get out of here. I've got to.
I got your note, Mrs. Fansler. Why did you ask for this meeting?
On behalf of Matt Wayne. He needs help. He needs your help, Mr. Pitt.
I'm sorry. Any further discussion would be painful to both of us.
I'm only asking you one favor. That is, you ask yourself some questions.
Questions?
How did you happen to be in Susanna Temple's room that night? Someone sent you. Wasn't that it?
Why, yes. Judge Harper asked me to get a statement from her about cheating at the El Dorado Club.
And you arrived in time to see Matt Wayne standing beside the man he's supposed to have murdered. How opportune, Mr. Pitt. And what about this man Calder, who was in the room of a girl who had apparently helped cheat him at cards?
Well, why would anybody want to frame Matt Wayne?
Mr. Pitt, this is a growing city. It's like an orchard. It grows, blooms, and yields golden fruit. Some of us are willing to wait for the fruit to drop. Others want to shake the tree, no matter how much they break the branches or wreck the foliage, to get a better share of the harvest. Matt Wayne was a watchdog to keep that kind of person away from the orchard.
Are you in love with Matt Wayne?
That's none of your business. Besides, that doesn't matter.
Is he in love with you?
As far as he's concerned, I work for him.
I'd hate to see a fine woman like yourself wasting her heart on a thief.
Be certain of a conviction?
It would help if we had a witness who could place Wayne and Calder in the Temple girl's room before Calder was killed.
You'll have that witness.
We'll also need the testimony of the Temple girl to establish the cause of the quarrel before the murder.
We'll produce her at the proper time.
Gentlemen, you are magicians. All I need do is ask, and you produce witnesses. But there's only one thing.
Yeah?
What do I get out of all this?
Your fee, of course.
Gentlemen, there's a nice new city growing up out there. Like an orchard, gentlemen, bearing golden fruit. You've been shaking the tree for a long time. Now I want my share.
Well, it looks like Mr. Pitt isn't as virtuous as we thought.
The rewards of virtue are small. I've been living on sour apples for a long time. Now I want some juicy plums. Remember that.
Just one thing. Don't be too greedy. A man can sicken and die from eating too many plums. Remember that.
A little late to be calling, isn't it, Mr. Pitt?
I want a statement from you, Wayne. If you cooperate, we might be able to make a deal for a lesser charge. Open up.
I'll have to lock you in.
I understand. Wayne, since you've been in jail, I've had a chance to go over your records, and there are several questions I want to ask of you. First of all, in your own handwriting, I have a letter here that needs a little answer. First of all.
Help! Help! Get him off me! Help! Help! Get him off me! Help! Man, what are you trying to do? Cause more trouble for... Boy, you nearly killed me.
I had to make it look good.
Yeah, but not that good. Matt, go over to Widow Fansler's. I'll meet you there in a couple of hours after I find out where the Temple girl is.
All right. Do you mind telling me one thing? Why are you doing this? Why the change of heart?
Well, just say I don't like dirty plums.
You...
Then all of a sudden, bang, right in the back of my head, and down I went.
That's all.
Yes, sir.
Pitt helped him to escape.
No doubt about it. What do we do now?
Get rid of Pitt. Call him in.
Oh, not here.
Of course not here. I'll take him out into the country, and he won't come back.
Take that Temple girl with you. With Wayne around, she may prove embarrassing.
I'll plant her and Pitt in the same grave. Now, you get on over to the marshal's office and keep an eye on things around here. Now, call him in.
Come in, Mr. Pitt.
Gentlemen, gentlemen, gentlemen. All right, Coleman, what is it?
I've got just one thing to say. There'll be mob violence in this town if Wayne isn't brought in. Already, your administration is being blamed.
Ah, that's foolish.
Foolish or not, it can lead to trouble. You better get Wayne, Mayor.
Well, all right. I'll assume command of the police department at once and issue general orders for Matt Wayne to be brought in.
You've got to go stronger than that, Gary.
I suggest that you issue an order to bring in Matt Wayne, dead or alive.
Now you're talking. That's what we need, dead or alive.
He said 2 hours. It's more than 3 now.
Where are you going?
After Jeremy Pitt,
But you don't know where he is.
I'm gambling Judge Harper does. I'll need a gun.
Please be careful, Matt.
Wake up, Your Honor. Where's Jeremy Pitt?
I don't know.
You're dead in 5 seconds if you don't come up with answers.
You don't dare. It's murder.
I've got a rope around my neck already. 2 seconds.
They're going out to my farm on the Stockton Road. Malone has them. Wayne, he just left me. He's heading for the Stockton Road.
Sergeant, put a guard on all the livery stables in town. Coleman, get a hold of your citizens' posse. Right out the Stockton Road. And you, get in touch with the county sheriff. Tell him we need more men. Tell him to call all his deputies. Move!
Where are you taking us?
If you'd like my considered legal opinion, Miss Temple, our friend is intent upon getting rid of some embarrassing evidence.
Mr. Malone, don't you remember? You promised you'd give me money. Money to go home. Don't you remember? You promised. You said...
Shut up. Get up there. Get going. All right, start digging. All right, get out. You walk from here. Keep moving. Get his gun, Jeremy.
I hope you're not scared speechless, Miss Temple. You have an awful lot of talking to do when we get back into town.
Matt, we'd like you to take this back. On one condition.
What's that?
We cannot have a city marshal who operates a gambling house.
Well, I'm afraid I can't afford to give up a profit of $200 a day for a job that pays $200 a month. Thanks for the honor, gentlemen.
Oh, Matt, please.
Gentlemen, you know I've always been opposed to the city marshal owning a gambling house. But I've reconsidered my position. In these days, with eggs $1 apiece, $50 hats, $100 shoes, there's no wonder that our $200 a month marshals have accepted bribes. Now, I'm not saying, Matt, that you would necessarily accept a bribe even if you were poor. But in view of his situation, at least we don't have to worry about his honesty.
Well, I'm afraid I can't quite justify that to the public. Matt, you trust Mrs. Fancer, don't you?
Yes.
Then I have a suggestion to make. You and Mrs. Fancer are close friends. Why don't you put the gambling house in her name and let her operate it?
We're not that close friends.
If that's all right with you, gentlemen, it's fine with me. Jeremy, draw up a bill of sale for $1 and other valuable considerations.
I'm glad you're keeping the job, Matt.
Why?
Well, every person you put in jail, I'll get a nice big fee getting them out.
Want to bet on that?
California. Oh, I've traveled here, I've traveled there. I guess I've been most everywhere. But I like where I am today, and here is where I'll stay. Now, one thing I just can't endure is being broke and being poor. So I come west to take the cure, and here is where I'll stay. I've come to California, California. There's gold in them there hills in California. I've come to live where life is best, in the Golden West. I'm gonna strike it rich in California, California, California. There's gold in them there hills in California.